Alright guys, I'm Matt.
And I'm Rabea.
And this is Sound Like upon Andertons TV. Rabea.
Hi.
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 We are in the video room.
We are in the
already,
video room.
Yeah, already. So we're not in the store.
No.
Unfortunately, an error occurred. It did occur.
In the process of transferring data, some was corrupted. Therefore, none of the in-store footage for this video was salvageable.
Which is very unfortunate. So we obviously had our little journey around the store, picking some gear, some pedals, some guitars and some amps.
We didn't want to act that out again because then it would be false.
Yes, we didn't want to lie to you guys. So here we are, being honest.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were trying to sound like Lemmy without busting the bank, or Motorhead, I should say.
Yeah.
So I was enacting the great Lemmy on the bass, and you were a mixture between Phil Campbell and Eddie Clarke.
Yes.
Just the Motorhead guitar sound.
Yes. It was really quite simple because it's not necessarily about loads of gear, it's about finding the right sound, obviously.
Yes.
We couldn't get the Marshall bass amps for you.
Oh man, well yeah, not only do we not have, we do have Rickenbackers in store.
They're really expensive.
But they're about 1,300 quid, so a bit too much for what we have as a budget. As you know, it's 1,500 quid. So I was on the
Epiphone Thunderbird bass.
Epiphone Thunderbird, that was it, with a dark glass vintage micro tubes pedal.
Which are amazing.
And a Fender Rumble. And yeah, so not only did I not have the Rickenbacker, I also couldn't afford these Marshall bass amps, which don't exist anymore. But
And so I was trying to do Ed Clarke kind of vibes, so I knew that he used like a natural finish 70s Fender Strat, at least from the Ace of Spades video I used to watch when I was a kid. And so I got myself a Fender Mexican HSS config, and I used the Marshall Origin amplifier.
the brand new Marshall Origin, yeah?
I did, yeah. I think it was the 5 watt or the 20 watt. I believe it was the 20, and most of the time, even on the clean channel, with the Greer light speed in front, and that was my rig.
Great pedal.
I should also mention that between filming last time and right now, I've grown a beard. So I'll apologise for the weird disparity of facial hair.
It'll just look like in about 5 seconds you've shaved.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive. It's
Well, there you go.
straightforward.
There you go. That's kind of what we were up to. So I guess at this point we'll leave you to watch and let us know how we did, you know.
We hope you enjoy it. To the video room. Back in the video room we are.
Yes, we are in this tonal adventure to sound like the mighty Motorhead.
Oh, indeed. Long live Lemmy.
Yes.
To be fair, one of the first sort of heavy bands I got into, I don't know if it was because of Tony Hawk's, because that game made Ace of Spades huge to kids when we were younger at school. But I'm pretty damn sure that I heard Ace of Spades before then, and I liked it.
They were known for just being extremely loud.
Yes, they were. Yeah, loud, brash, just angry in your face band, weren't they?
Yeah.
And needless to say, the sound of Motorhead is all about the bass.
No pressure.
No.
So basically, yeah, we tried to get that Lemmy kind of tone.
Yes.
Which is really hard. He uses Marshall bass amps,
Yeah.
famously kind of had the same rig forever, and then I think Marshall about 10 years ago brought him out a signature version.
Yeah.
Again, I think.
They just crank them though.
But yeah, it's really loud, really brash, hit as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Until you bleed. And his voice, obviously.
Yeah. So to be honest, I'll go first, considering that the main point here is the bass.
Let's do it.
But I will do that. So let me grab the guitar. So I'm doing Eddie Fast Fingers Clark, I believe his name was back in the day. Well, actually, he died earlier this year.
He did, yeah.
But if he's the same dude I saw when I first saw Motörhead on the Ace of Spades video, it was a natural finish Fender Strat with the 70s shaped headstock. I remember that much.
Right.
So I tried to get something a bit similar because it's got the fat headstock, the 70s style headstock, HSS, Fender, Mexican Strat, and it's really nice. It's the deluxe, so it's got like recessed heel joint here. The neck's good thickness, nicely rounded, locking tuners and stuff, 2-point trem. It's a really nice guitar.
Minty pickguard.
Yeah, got a bit of a minty pickguard going on. You can split the coil down with the push-pull on the volume pot.
Lovely.
And then my rig is really simple. So I'm running straight into the Greer Amps Lightspeed, which is an incredible overdrive pedal. I've got one of these at home. Pete loves them. They're incredibly good. They sound good in front of everything. I've tried it in front of, so no worries there. And then out of that, straight into the Marshall Origin 5. So this is the 5-watt combo. And the only reason we got that was because they had no 20s or any louder. They just had the 5 watts in stock.
Yep.
So mic'd it up and it sounds pretty good. It's got 3-band EQ. You've got a tilt control, which I assume is like presence. And then volume, which has a pull boost. Gives you a little bit more front end preamp boost.
It's pulled, isn't it?
And I've pulled it,
yeah.
But it's only on. It's only at 9 o'clock, and I'm really getting most of my gain out of the Greer Lightspeed. So let me give you a quick demonstration. So we're also tuned to E flat. This guitar's not overly happy about being down tuned with the trem on, but it doesn't matter. So let me put the Lightspeed in. Again, this is going to the front, so I push the loudness or volume all the way up, so it's really slamming the preamp in the front, but it sounds good for it. So this is without and with.
That's great.
It is
Makes
really
a hell of a
nice.
difference.
It does. Again, the Lightspeed, it's called an organic overdrive. Best name they could have given for it because it works in front of anything. It's very organic sounding.
I like it.
But that's it. That's my rig. So
Okay.
really, let's get on to Lemmy.
Let's get on to the bass. This is the Epiphone Thunderbird, which is a ginormous Thunderbird bass made in
It's a
Indonesia.
damn cool looking bass.
It's great. I always remember, I think it was the bassist from Ash used to have one of these.
Really? I've always just loved the way they look.
Frankie from The Darkness used to have one of these.
Yes.
So, yeah, it has the Epiphone's ProBucker bass humbuckers in here. A volume control for each of the pickups and a tone control. And this beautiful white scratch plate and these very, very distant tuners over here.
Giant headstock, isn't it?
It is a giant. It's giant.
Yeah.
And then the burst on the back, all gloss finished. It's a nice bass. Nice bass.
Do you know? And you were telling me actually. Apparently, Motorhead's producer said that they just had the one sound. They got their sound, and that was it.
I think he said. I read something about how he just went in the studio and that was the sound. You just captured Lemmy's sound.
Yeah.
And so I guess as production got better over the years, maybe the record sounded a bit bigger and better.
That was kind of the approach we took, wasn't it? Let's find the sound.
Let's find the sound and just play that on everything.
Yeah.
So basically, the Dark Glass Vintage Deluxe pedal here, that ended up doing most of the work. I actually had the amp on clean and then DI'd from the amp. We didn't You can DI, take a DI directly from the pedal.
Thought we'd blend preamps, didn't we?
Yeah, we thought we'd just have a little bit of blendage. So yeah, basically, we're on the clean channel, no gain, no drive coming from the amp. But on here, we've got our blend on about 3/4, drive on about 3/4. It's on grunt mode, which is
what we need.
Yeah, exactly, lots of grunt. And then on the attack setting on the switch there. And EQ kind of somewhere around the middle with a bit of low and a bit of treble on the top and bottom.
Let's have a before and after, Matt.
Before and after, right. And also, it was all bridge pickup on full, neck pickup on about half. So...
I quite like that as it is.
But it doesn't sound like Lemmy, so...
No. No.
And then basically, with the pedal...
That is colossal.
It's a big sound, and he's all about the kind of aggressive right hand. So yeah, just give me a workout here. So forgive me if I haven't done it justice. You know, I'm not a bass player by trade, but yes.
We thought it'd be a fun episode to do because it's a bit of both. You know?
And it's been requested quite a lot. So yeah, that is sound like Motorhead and sound like Lemmy without busting the bank. I
just want to give a shout out to Dark Glass personally because I think they are, in terms of like in the last few years, in terms of the bass gear world, I'm not a bass player, but obviously I have a bass player in the band that I'm in, which is Dave. Yeah. And you know, he's been playing for so many years and talks about, you know how you do, you geek out on bass gear. Dark Glass are the first company to come out in a while for bass players that are doing something really awesome. Like they're just catering for the stuff that bass players almost find these tones accidentally, like a really filthy tone by cranking an SVT all the way up. And it's just like, here's a pedal that does everything you want and more. In a tiny little box. And not only do they sound amazing, they're really good looking too. I know. Especially, we were going to go with the microtubes, maybe the 900 or the smaller version out of the 500, but... the vintage is more SVT-ish. No budget for that. And also, having the dip switches to work out the mids and pinpoint where you want the spike in the mids to be on a bass pedal is so sick. So I just wanted to say I really, really enjoy Dark Glass. Fair dues, yeah. Well, but that's it. Let us know how I think we did in the comment section below. Yes, hopefully we did this justice. And let us know who else you'd like us to sound like, and we'll give it our best shot. Gear links in the description box. You've all been very lovely. Thank you very much for having us on this fine YouTube channel. My name's Rabea. And my name's Matt. And this has been Sound Like on Andertons TV. Yes, it has. Have a great day. Peace out.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.